Good evening, Instagrams. I haven't done a live in so long. It's so fun to feel nervous about going live again. That's a new feeling. It's been so long since I've launched. It's Friday around here, which means usually by Friday. Okay, so people are like, how do you do so many things and you got your kids at home and you're a single mom? Like, how is it possible? And the answer to that is that I spend almost all of my waking energy either present with work and work-related things, or investing in relationships that are important to me, or being present with my kids. So if it's like comes down to deciding to clean the house or sitting with my kids, I sit with my kids. If it comes down to going to the grocery store or painting art with my kids or taking them for a walk or connecting with a client, I order groceries in, right? Like I don't trade my time for money. I trade my time for energy, and I know what the value of an hour of my time is worth. And so the way that I make decisions is that I set myself, depending on what area I'm working into. I set myself different goals based on different areas of the visions that I'm working toward. So I have a vision for my love life. I have a vision for my friendship life. I have a vision for my relationship with my kids. I have a vision for my work. I have a vision for my health, right? I have all of these visions. And so when it comes time, hello, how are you? When it comes time for me to make decisions and prioritize my time, and I have to try to figure out, if I got 10,000 things to do in a day, and that's like literally not an exaggeration, I probably could find 10,000 things to do in a day. That might be an exaggeration because it's me. But if I have, 2 hours to do 10 things, I'm not going to get all 10 of those things done. There's just no way for it. So what I do to figure out how to divide my time and my energy and my money is I feed things through a system of a values hierarchy. In other words, I know when I make decisions that the most important, because I make so many decisions and I make so many big decisions, I know that the most important thing for me to be able to do is I need to be able to stand behind the decisions that I make, because a lot of the decisions that I make don't make sense to people. A lot of the decisions that I make people think that I've lost my mind, right? But when I talk about, hey big boy, we had Friday tonight. When I talk about making decisions from the future, this is what I'm talking about, okay? So when I make decisions, I don't make decisions from where I am today, from where my life is today, from what my bank account looks like today, from how I feel today, from how I feel about my confidence in myself today. Because if I made decisions based on that point, then I would continue to get what I have, right? Like you can only get what you've gotten when you continue to do the things. Patterns repeat. Right? So if I wake up every single day and I do the same things, and there's nothing wrong with this, right? There's nothing wrong with this at all. But if I wake up every single day and I do the same things every single day in the same order every single day, then I just get every single day the same day. And for a lot of people, that's perfectly great. And that's perfectly great. But when I make decisions, I'm making decisions from probably 20 years in the future sometimes, right? Depending on what area of my life I'm working within. Inside of our programs, we measure like human wellness in about 8 different domains. So one of those domains, for instance, is environment, right? One of those domains is community. And we look at, on a scale from basically 1 to 10, how satisfied are you in your community domain, right? If we know humans need community in order to be happy, how satisfied are you on a scale from 1 to 10? And if the other one is environment, what do you need, baby boy?
What does the year 2025 mean? What does that mean?
We can talk about numbers in a second.
Like, what is it, like, what has been 2025 years from what?
2025 years from the year Jesus died. And what's 2 plus 2 plus 5?
9.
That's right. And 9 means the end of a cycle. So 2025 is a year that a lot of cycles end. I'm not sure what this one is. Here, show me. Here, show. This is what he's showing me. He's in my altar. He's looking at my cool.
Are these cool?
Hey.
These cool? Are these cool?
Yeah, don't bang them. I don't know what it is, to be honest with you. We have to ask Auntie Kyla. We have to ask Auntie Kyla. So, hey, I'm going to be done in 5 minutes, okay? Cute boot.
Stop.
Okay. Don't take anything out of there. That's your dad. I mean, that's my dad.
Dad?
Yeah, that's my dad and my grandma. You want to see? Want to see? Hi, Danielle. You want to see dad and grandma?
I want to see.
Here, this is grandma. Whoa. Hey, grandma. We're coming for you at the butterfly ball. Hey, we're throwing great grandma a big party. There's grandma. There's dad. See how he does this? This child is magical. Don't open this. Don't open that, please.
Yeah.
Because I asked you not to.
I want to see it.
Crystals. Okay, here. Crystals. Just be gentle. That's grandma. Hey. Want to see a picture of her?
Ball. There's a big ball.
Yeah, that's her ashes. That's her ashes.
A ball of that.
Yeah, I know. Here, that's grandma.
Okay, did I see it? And my grandma.
Just back in. Yeah, we saw her one time. Hey.
Why did she die? Why didn't my grandpa not die?
That's a good. Well, grandpa's not ready to go yet. I guess we'll have to give him a call. This is why I make decisions 20 years in the future, right? This is why I got to make decisions 20 years in the future. Because I have this little boy who's going to be a very powerful, important man one day. And I got to make sure that I raise him with good integrity. And I got to make sure that I raise him in a way that doesn't make him question his brilliance, that doesn't make him question his gifts, that doesn't make him question how good of a person that he is. Because I had to do a lot of work to convince myself again, to remind myself again that I'm a good person here to do good work. And all of our kids are very special. Every Friday, actually, Rory's class, every Friday for the last hour of school, Rory's class goes on something called a nature walk. And it's basically just like, yo guys, Friday's here, right? Friday is here and it's been a long week and we're all tired. So let's take the day off an hour early and go play at the park. And so I started volunteering. Penelope and I go on Friday afternoon since I took Penelope out of daycare, because my attachment with my kids is a value that I make decisions on. Okay. So when I talk about like I feed things through certain decision trees, my relationship with my kids is like my number one priority.
Who's this? I mean, what's
Oh, that's Grandpa Jason.
Grandpa?
Yeah.
Never got to see him.
I know.
Can I see?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you want to see him? Okay.
But his ashes are heavy.
Yeah.
Why? Why are they heavy?
Leave that back in there, please. I think this little thing is just a little bit heavier. Okay? I think that's a bit heavier. See, he's so curious, right? He's so curious, and I just gotta let that be. I just gotta let that be okay. We all know what it's like to have that curiosity at that age, right? Like we all know what that's like. And it was so cool when he turned 7. So in Kundalini Yoga and numerology, we learn that your consciousness evolves every 7 and 11 years. And it was so cool. I watched him when he turned 7. I watched his consciousness come online and I was like, whoa, that's cool. And not only did I watch his consciousness come online and be like, oh my God, that's cool. I also started to see the things that I was still passing through that were like really yucky, that I did not want to be passing through, right? Like things I would say to him when I was angry, they would come out of my mouth and I'd be like, oh my God, I didn't mean to say that. Like I shouldn't have said that to you. That wasn't right. Hey, I've said lots of mean things to this guy. Hey, I've said lots of mean things to him. But I try to apologize as quickly as I can because he's very special. So as soon as he turned 7 years old, I started to see the things that I had said, that I had repeated, you know, and I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that to him. I'm not doing that to him because that caused me not to protect myself in a lot of areas and times of my life that I should have protected myself. Anyway, when I make decisions from 20 years in the future, it's hard to make decisions from 20 years in the future when your life looks like it does today, right? Because when life looks like it does today, we're like, well, if I have puzzle piece A and puzzle piece B and puzzle piece C, what can I do with those pieces? I'm like, well, I don't know. What do you do? What do you do with 3 puzzle pieces when you got to make a 10,000 piece puzzle? I don't know. Looks like this is what I get. And when I make decisions from 20 years in the future, I'm like, okay, what am I working with? What do I have in my purse in 20 years, right? Like in 20 years, I got a lot of cool stuff in my purse. Let me tell you, you should see what I got in my purse now. We'll have to do a live about that one time. Hey, what I got in my purse. But when I get to make decisions from 20 years in the future, what that means is I get to think like, what are the possibilities of all the things that I could do if I had every single option available to me? And I know that this is where I'm going 20 years in the future. I know that I've been working towards world peace since I was 5 years old, you know? I know that I've wanted to be a mom my entire life. I know those things. I know that I have wanted to be so loved by somebody that it like makes other people nauseous because that person just worships the ground that I walk on and they can't wait to see me thrive and soar and fly. And I'm like, listen, I have this crazy dream. And they're like, yo, you got to 10x that because you're underestimating yourself. Like that's the kind of love that I want in my life. And I have that in my friendships. I have that in my mentorship groups. You know, I have that love. I have felt that love. I have access to what that love is like. And I want other people to have access to that too, because it is so extraordinary to be around people who believe in you, right? So I'm like, if I'm making decisions from 20 years in the future, I can't make decisions the normal way. Please don't. And so I always feed it. I always feed it through my values because there's nothing more important to me than my integrity. And I know that sometimes things are going to go wrong, right? Sometimes things are going to go sideways. Sometimes things are going to go not the way that they're supposed to go if you're going to be living a happy life the way other people tell you life is supposed to be. And I know that I have confidence in the decisions that I make because I know that they're in alignment with who I really am. And I know that if I ever have to answer for one of my decisions in the future because of something that I decided today, I know here today that I made decisions 20 years in the future based on things such as how do I maintain and secure the attachment that I have with my kids first and foremost. That is the number one most important thing to me because I know that kids who have attachments, healthy attachments with their parents do well, and we need to help our kids. Okay? So attachment with my kids because they are here and they are now and they are here in my present moment with me, and I wanted to be a mom my whole entire life, and I get to be one for these children who stretch my patience every dang day and make me more and more powerful because they give me more and more capacity to hold big things. So number one, I'm like, I got to make a decision today. Does it maintain attachment with my kids? Yes. Is it aligned with what I believe to be true and right about the world? Yes or no? Is it true? Does it maintain my attachments? Is it true? And then my other values.
A wig. I have a wig.
I move down the list until I come to a decision. Right? I move down the list until I come to a decision. But usually I don't have to make it very far before I know the decision that I need to make based on those values. And that's how I make decisions. So on Fridays, we do Fry Friday. We do Fry Friday. Okay, Roy, please don't hit the cat.
But he was
I understand. He's clawing your head because he doesn't like what you're doing. Okay? Thank you. On Fridays, we do Fry Friday. And Fry Friday means we either order pizza, which isn't happening very much because what my kids love to do on Fridays after we go to nature walk with Roy's class is we love to go to McDonald's. And my kids love to go to the play place at McDonald's. Okay? And this is something that I always wanted to do when I was a kid, but I was never allowed to do it. So I was like, they want to do it. It's not healthy, right? This is the first place I go in my mind. And if I want to be a good mom and I wanted to be a good mom my whole entire life, then I got to make healthy decisions for my kids, right? If I want to be a good mom because I wanted to be a mom my whole entire life, then I got to make good decisions for my kids. Right? I got to make healthy decisions for my kids. And so if I'm making decisions based on the here and now, I'm saying, no, we're not going to the McDonald's play place because it's not healthy for you. Right? But if I'm making decisions based on 20 years in the future, and I'm like, the most important thing for my kids, the most important things for my relationship with my kids is my attachment with them. And I'm working towards world peace. And 20 years from now, are they going to be more or less attached to me? Am I going to feel better or worse about myself? Are we going to have a better or worse relationship if we go to the McDonald's play place? And do you like want to play place? I make decisions 20 years in the future. This is why. Because we are adults for so much longer than we are kids. We are adults for so much longer than we are kids. And this guy can still play way better than I can. He has a lot to teach me about playing and loving unconditionally and loving myself and making good decisions that I can stand behind, because I love who I am and I love my kids and I love our life. And yes, it moves fast, and no, it doesn't make sense to people, but it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to, because we're happy as heck. Okay, we love you. Thanks for coming to our TED Talk. Wait. I don't know what to do about my hat. How do we turn this thing off?
I don't know.
It's been so long since we've done a live. Love you.